Hi everyone.
Hello. So Sebastian and Alex in the house. We're together to celebrate the third round of Happy Pawns Brawl.
Yes.
So we have all these beautiful teams together. So we have, I think, 21 people right now ready to play. The fireballs are going to be really hard to beat. They are the full team all together. Rafa, Louis, Kabir, Titan, and Lucas.
Mm-hmm.
But there are some competitors. I'm looking at Icy Dragons with their new recruits. So there should be Alice and Ridvik, but also Austin. We have the second place of the last tournament, who also has the winner of the last tournament, the Beast team with Clem and Shimi, Happy Pun. Clement, who won the last one 3 months ago, so pretty impressive. The two brothers, Sava and Clement, for the team Tri-Chess.
Yep.
And Frozen Ariel, a bit outsiders, like underdogs, but Trosho and Mira, a bit younger, I would say, rather. We have the Golden Eagle with Kevin and Marius, two very strong players also. I think they could surprise us. And then after this, we have the Magic Roses, Kate and Chloe. Unfortunately, they cannot have their full team. I think usually they would be 4 or 5 in this team, but they couldn't make it for today. And unfortunately, after this, we have like the Three Fantastic and Avengers, but they seem to be alone in their team. Also, the rookies. Maxence seems to be alone. It's a bit harder when you're alone, right?
Yeah. And I'm showing the nice design. So I have a question for you, Seb. Which design is your favorite? I think I asked you last time.
Yes, but I may give you a different answer. I will go with. I have to say I like the Kirby Gryffindors. It's very creative.
Okay, Kirby Gryffindors was in this team.
Timur and Tomiris, but I don't think they'll be able to make it today. Yeah, just schedule clash. How about you? What's your favorite?
Actually, I think they're all great, but I always stick with Les Boules de Feu. I think the look in the little boys with fireball eyes is just too good.
So I don't know what you think, Alex, but I'm thinking. So you like their design? They have the team with all the experienced students. They won the first 2 editions. They're ahead in the ranking. I'm thinking maybe we should think of next year when we after the 4th round, year 2023, we should have a draft or something to make sure that the teams are balanced. What do you think?
This team is quite good. Yeah, compared to the others, they're like some of the best students there. So yes, I think so. But it's a good challenge for everyone. So and I think all the teams shown some good games, in the previous edition. So
if I truth to be told, I think the first 4 team, like I'm looking at Icy Dragon, Team Tri-Chess, and the Beast team. I think they have a chance to beat them today. But it's just such a huge challenge when you think of the team members in the Fireballs.
Yeah, we'll follow this up closely. Like, let's see if the Fireballs can be defeated today.
Yes. Maybe the Golden Eagle even, actually. Let's see. It's going to be interesting.
Okay, let's go to the game scene. So the tournament starts in 1 minute. Do you want to remind how the tournament is working?
Yes, great point. So first off, if you're a student of Abipon, you're getting 100 points today, plus 10 per victories. Make sure your teacher give you on the next time you meet them or for a lesson. Secondly, each team will have 2 to 5 member, actually 0 to 5 member. And every time you win, you're going to get 2 points. Every time you draw, 1 point. There is also such a thing as a streak. If you win 3 games in a row, you won't get 2 points on the third victory. You will get 4 points. The streak is very interesting to win games in a row. And at the end of the day, only the first two leader of each team will be counted, and the leader will be defined by how many points they got. So the best 2 points of each team will be added for the total point of the team. So even if you're not doing so great today, just fight until the end. You won't hurt your team for sure. And I think we are going to start.
Yes. Let's go. I will try not to close leeches like I just did before. So, okay, first game. FRA, Rafa against Austin.
Ooh, that's going to be a tough one. Austin finished 5th of the last over-the-board tournament. Rafa is not to be introduced anymore.
Yeah, so Rafa, one of the oldest student of the club, oldest by the number of years spent in the club, not by his age, still very young. And Austin, actually, I haven't met him yet. So, how old is?
I can tell you, he's very good. Like, I've seen a few games against Louis, and he finished 5th of the last tournament, and I think he could even do better. He's a student of teacher Rajesh, and yeah, teacher Rajesh is really good at training for tournaments.
Yeah, he's also good at winning tournaments. He won last tournament. Still waiting for his prize.
Yes, exactly. Yes, so we've got a classic opening here.
Yep.
Kind of Italian opening. I prefer the way it was played. Ooh, I was about to say I prefer the way it was played from Austin's side, but this last pawn take, I'm a bit.
So first, let's say they are playing very, very fast. Okay, I think way too fast. Even if it's blitz, so each student have 5 minutes. They have 5 seconds for each move they play, and they haven't used much so far. And yeah, you were like talking about this. So I think the start is pretty decent on both sides. It makes a lot of sense. And on that point, you know, Rafa, he likes to trade his bishop against a knight. He does it quite often. I don't think taking the knight is such a good trade for white. But then what was very interesting is black deciding to take back with the pawn, which makes the king very wide open, but also opens the file for the black pieces to attack the white king. So honestly, it's quite interesting. I kind of like it.
Okay, make a good point, but I still think it's a bit too weak on the king side for black. I understand the idea of king h7 and rook g8, but I don't know. There are some.
Also, taking with the rook leaves the f file open for black, which is also good. So.
Yeah, it's safer, and still you get some good thing going on. Oh, I think he missed the queen attacking h6, right? Wait, what's going on here?
So here black decided to put knight d4. And if white takes here, which looks like a great move, black can take here, but then the knight can also come to the attack. It looks like it's better for white, but white decided to trade and not taking the pawn, but attacking the bishop. And let's see how it went. We're a bit late on the game, so let's go forward. Okay, so black harassing this rook, moving away the bishop for some reasons, and okay, we're back to the live game.
Okay, so little comment this. We see that white is taking over a bit, right? 2 pawn ahead. 3 pawns now, and actually a bishop. Well, not the bishop. That's going to be rook f7. Yeah. But what I would say about Rafa, I think one of the things that he's got really going for him is grabbing material when he can. Like, this is something that maybe some students sometimes forget a bit or don't really see. But I know that, for example, when I play against Rafa, I can't leave something hanging. Like, I can't leave a piece hanging or a pawn hanging, because it's gone before you know it. So, and I think this is one of the most important aspects in chess, obviously. And we can see it here with someone as strong as Austin, that he's still grabbing 1, 2, 3 pawn and starts stacking up, right?
Yep. Yeah. So he did a good job grabbing pawns, but let's see. The position is not that easy for white because the bishop and the rook together are very strong. Plus, uh, like the white pieces are not activated at all at the time being. So it's making things difficult. We see like white is already almost losing a pawn, can put like the knight c1, but looks like not ideal. Looks like not easy. And there is this bishop on the long diagonal, so there is knight is basically pinned at the moment. Maybe knight c1, bishop takes, but
yes. Sorry, Alex. I had some emergency.
Yeah, it's a. You mean something more important than the bishop pinning the pawn?
I can't think of anything more important than that, but unfortunately, there was, yes. Like some people wanting to join the tournament and having some issue that I need to deal with. Like I need to help, but give me another minute if you can. Sorry.
Yeah, of course. I will keep commenting about the game. Like, so actually, Black is playing very well. Like activating as much as possible his pieces. So we see the bishop and the black rook are much more active, and black is already able to take back one pawn. So does black want to do it right now and try to draw 3 pawns against 4 pawns?
Wow, yeah, I disconnected a bit, but it's Austin is pretty back, right, in the game.
Yeah, Austin is back, and that's the power of active pieces. Austin was down 3 pawns and came back now down only 1 pawn.
Right, the bishop was good and the rook on the 7th rank, right?
Yes. And
it's almost to say that these active pieces were worth 2 pawns because now it's about even.
Yeah.
He was able to get pawns back. Got it.
And white has 1 passed pawn, but on the h file, it might finish in a draw. Let's see how they played it out.
I remember seeing you in a similar position in a tournament with 1 rook, 1 pawn against 1 rook, and I was quite impressed by how you handled the situation. You were a pawn down, but you looked very relaxed and sure of your draw chances. So I'm gonna let you comment this one.
I'm very good at bluffing, and here black is maybe bluffing, but doesn't work. Very good. That's unfortunate because black did a lot of effort to come back, and losing this pawn is probably like the end for black. Let's see. So, in these positions, what advice will you give to black, Seb?
Well, keep playing, that's for sure, and I would try to push the pawn just to worry a bit. The king has to stay to handle the 3 pawns, I guess. No choice anyway. The rook is cutting. The white rook is cutting off, and yeah, maybe sending the rook at the back and pushing the pawn. I don't know. It's tough. It's really tough. All the white pieces are very well positioned, so.
Yeah, it's not easy. Like the 3 pawns, actually, it's very strong. Like the white king can go behind, and we cannot really block with the black king.
Yeah. Maybe king f7 to just throw off a bit this rook.
Yeah.
It's a bit too early, maybe for rook e6. But nothing dramatic for white for sure.
Okay, let's see the conclusion of this game. Let's see how Rafa is going to handle this endgame, which is very good for him. The time being.
Yes.
So yeah, black can exactly do that. Be annoying with his rook. Try to check the white king, but there are many ways for the white king to avoid the black rook checks.
Okay, just saying, Alex, but this game is definitely the most popular one. I see many people observing right now beside us.
Oh yeah.
Teacher Rajesh
Yes.
must be thinking of the ways black could.
There is also Zenatan and FIFA Technique.
Yes, a lot of cheering in this game. Definitely one of the most critical game at the moment. Okay, may I give you a little snapshot of how it's going regarding the points, the teams? At the moment, the Player Ball and the Beast team are ahead. Magic Roses are in the third position, wow, and so are the Avengers. So pretty interesting start from now, but maybe it's a bit too early to draw conclusions. Okay, back to the game.
I like this, intermediate moves. Like the black are attacking the pawn with check. But white, wow, and this is fancy. White is threatening checkmate instead of defending the pawn. And this is checkmate. Okay, of course, black can go back with the rook, but it will be checkmate next move. Very well played. It's very nice. Austin had a nice fight, but
yeah,
very nice game. Okay, so that was the ranking you talked about. So 4-2-1-1 Magic Roses the Avengers. It's just the start, so many people haven't finished their game yet.
Yes, there is a super important game being played, Louis Naradip against Clem Happipon. I think those two are two strong students, and they are in two teams that are, fighting for the... And I think it should be around toward the end of it, so...
Okay.
Wow, we've got a huge advantage for Louis Naradip at the moment. A rook ahead, actually.
A rook ahead, and no big threat from black, huh?
Yes, but always have... Oh, wow, that's a good move. Oh, no, that's a terrible move, actually.
Yeah, and...
It's a terrible move.
Clem found it. Yeah.
The turnaround. In 12 seconds on the clock. Can you believe that? Okay, I have to say something about Clem Happipon. He's a good student, but more than anything, he's also an extremely opportunistic, and I say this in a very kind way. It means that he never gives up. He's always going to be looking out for the knockout punch.
Yeah.
And this is what just happened. That's just
it's
well played. Very well played.
It's really good. Like,
yeah,
he didn't give up, stayed in the game. To be honest, like, it's a mistake we all do, right? This back rank that we don't see because we are focusing too much on the attack can backfire at us sometimes.
That's true.
Oh, and
you know what?
What's happening here? Look at this. I think Titan played too fast his move.
I think so too, yeah.
Didn't see that. I think black probably wanted to go to e6 and misclicked to f5, and white didn't even look at black's move and just played knight c3, which is, of course, not the best. White could have taken the bishop and be in a very good position for winning the game. But
I don't think they fixed it afterward.
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't see that, so maybe... Yeah.
Okay, so... Yeah. I think Titan, which is the student of teacher Rajesh, and Alikan is my student. So it's a battle of teachers as well. But I gotta say, so Titan is a bit... he's been training a lot on competitions and on chess lessons. I think he's a very strong student, very confident. He knows his way onto attack and capturing things. And as for Alikan, I think he's a bit younger. And as you can see, he has a very solid opening, minus the bishop on f5. But yeah, he tends to lack a bit of imagination at some key point on losing a bit track of what he should do. And this results in the kind of move we just saw where bishop take f2 is not a great move because you lose a bishop and you get only a pawn to that.
Like, to be noticed that even though it doesn't work here, the move, it's kind of move that sometimes work with a knight checking and discover attack and attacking the white pieces, but here, for many reasons, it cannot work because, for example, white can just take with the rook, and even if white took with the king, knight here and here are not possible because it's guarded by white pieces. But yeah.
Yes. So I think this is if I may say something, I think this is a thing that I see in a few students, that I see with Alikan, and I see with a few students. It's when you don't know what to play, it's better to come up with very slow and, I'm gonna say the word, boring plans, rather than going for a crazy attack that doesn't really have a ground, or going back and forth with a piece. And these plans can be as boring as, I want to bring my knight from one side to the other side of the board, or I want to push my pawns to the center, or it can be anything you come up with. But this will always beat something where you hand your pieces for free to your opponent, or something where you just go back and forth because you don't know what to do.
Yeah, and by the way, like small puzzles for everyone looking at the video. What is white's best move here?
Am I playing?
Oh yeah, you can play. You can tell the answer.
Okay, I think white best move, but it's black to play, right?
Here it's white to play. Black just played d5.
Yes, so I'm gonna go with knight to f6.
So knight to f6, checking the black king, and doing a discover attack with the rook.
Yes,
so
most powerful weapon in chess, in my humble opinion.
Winning the
attack.
queen. But okay, bishop takes z5 is really good too. And well, okay. Back to the end because checkmate occurred, and let's see the checkmates.
Wow, what is this black rook doing there?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Alikan lost patience on this.
Yes.
So let's
but
go.
I'm sure I'll come back
So
strong.
les boules de feu, fireballs still first in the temporary ranking, like current ranking.
With a leading from Titan, actually.
Yeah, and look at that. First in the ranking of the players is a B-Blade Happy Pawn. Let's
wow.
Let's check his. Oh, he's not playing now. He's waiting for next game.
From the Golden Eagle. Nice.
Oh, and there is one game between Clem, Happy Pawn, and Afare, but we already watched one of the game.
Yes, maybe let's go FIFA Technique versus AC in BKK.
Yes.
The winner of the last over the board tournament versus the one of the best player of the club, Kabir. Okay, so what do we have? We have a piece up for AC in BKK. But a great attack coming up on the edge file.
Yeah, exactly. You see like a good plan from FIFA Technique. Pressuring the pawn. If black does nothing, white could have taken and try to threat the black king. But, of course, as in BKK, saw the threat and defending, pushing her pawn to h5, which is now defended multiple times by black pieces.
So very interesting. I think the plans are pretty clear. I think black, though it's going to be a bit long, should free the c file and attack on the c file. And white should try to do some kind of pawn storm on the black castle, right? Exactly.
And that's what
something like
black is doing, yeah.
And that's actually a little bit dangerous, what's going on right now.
Dangerous for who?
for black, I think. I think white is having some momentum right now.
And now the black king is blocking the escape way of the king. So before, if black takes, rook check, king move, rook here, and king could escape, but not anymore because the queen is blocking the escape way.
Yes.
Okay.
That being said, wasn't there a knight tech e6 a little bit before? Even before, like at the moment of f3, I think it was too early, right? f3, knight take e6, right? d3, sorry.
Yep. Yeah,
would have
looks
been a good move, I think,
looks like it's working. Yeah.
and with a discovered attack, right, coming up. If, well, probably f4 would have been played anyway. Anyway, so
And
the
here,
knight was given back.
yes, the knight was given,
But
and
at least black gets to live another day.
but we have to recognize that, you know, as in BKK found like that her king was in danger and made an escape way for the king, moving the rook and even moving the king away, like, because she still knows if this file is opened, then rook here check and rook there is still a checkmate, because when the rook comes here the king doesn't have time to move away and escape. So I think it's a very good awareness from Alice on this. It's very good. And let's catch up the game. Yeah. Oh, okay.
I agree. Not to praise myself, but yes, praise myself. But we've been analyzing Grandmaster game, and we've been looking at games where the king was escaping a danger, like just running with his legs. Okay, sorry. Looks like a lot of things happened.
Yeah. FIFA technique is aiming to attack b7. Like a little check taking a pawn, but unfortunately didn't see the bishop that Alice didn't miss. Take the queen, and white, I think, resign. After rook takes rook, rook takes
Alex,
rook, queen takes.
It's getting super exciting because now the first three teams are even. Steven, the Icy Dragon, the Fireball, and the Beast team.
Yep. Okay, very nice.
That's going to be interesting.
And we have 4 players on the top of the ranking at the moment. So,
oh yeah,
what game should we go? Wow. Louis Chanel against Austin.
Ooh, that's a revenge for Austin, because on the over the board tournament, Louis was able to grab the victory at the last moment. It was super even, kind of drawish, and he was able with a pawn up to go through. And I see a little mistake here. Oh wait, Louis Chanel, not Louis Naradi. So that's not a revenge. Sorry. So yes, I see a tactical pattern. Would you like to share it?
Yes. So, oh, and I think Austin saw it. That's why Austin put back his bishop, because just before, instead of castling, black could have pushed the pawn and do a fork with his pawn, winning one piece against a pawn. So it would have been like a very strong move, but black didn't see it. White removes the threat by moving his bishop away. And the game continue, and quite balanced. Oh, and bishop comes back on d3, allowing actually now a double threat, because the knight is pinned, plus it's a fork. Very well played from Louis Chanel, with doesn't miss this time the opportunity to take a free piece, and
we're looks back. Like they're racing. Who's gonna win the race? Who's gonna play faster? The free moves are being played. Excellent. Always what we say, right, teacher Alex? Play as fast as you can, and no, that doesn't sound right.
So what about you, Seb? When you were a kid, let's say, when you were like before, like under 10 years old, were you like playing fast all the time?
I will say yes. I would love to say that I started going slow around 12, I think. I understood that you gotta play slow, but before that, yeah, I was hanging queens everywhere and try to finish the game before your opponent, whatever that means.
And you were able to increase a lot when you started to play slow.
Oh yes, yeah, absolutely. How about you?
I learned to play slow when I was maybe 7 or 8, because I was playing very long games on Sundays. with my team. Sometimes 4 hours, 5 hours games. So I had to learn, to be patient. Spend all afternoon over the board. But still, it's very. Yeah, I always like to play fast, but I was forcing myself to rethink about my moves.
And I think it's something that you find in work or in life as well, right? So it's good to take a step back, read again what you wrote or whatever.
Yeah. It's about like yep.
Can I just mention something? Mm-hmm. The first team is now the Golden Eagle with 8 points, and they only have one person playing, Kevin. So he's crushing the tournament and even the team tournament by himself.
Wait.
So let's see how long he can sustain. Yes. Probably not at the end, but who knows?
8 points. So what does it mean? Like, I saw after 2 wins, you get 3 points every win.
Exactly. So you got 2, 2, and 4. No, it's 4. Sorry. So you got 2, 2, and 4. He's on the streak.
Okay, it's
and
4.
He's a strong player. Once against Luca, one against Ali Khan. Once again, Manon. I'd like to mention that today we have a Tout Petit Lapin, which is our first tournament. Very, very courageous. And yes, I want to dedicate this minute to a round of applause for Manon for coming up and fighting on our first tournament.
Oh, and to go back to the game, it's very nice move played by Louis Chanel. So it looks like the pawn is defended, but but actually because the rook is pinned, the black rook cannot be taken, and after removing the pin with white, king black has a strong move, ending the game. Checkmate.
Nice.
Okay,
very nice played from Louis Chanel.
Yeah, that was really good.
He's also been a little bit inactive during the summer, but I can tell you he's crazy about puzzles. So when there is tactical pattern on checkmate, he can do them.
So let's have a look at B-Blade versus Ritsu Blitz.
Wow, he's on a roll. 12. What happened?
Interesting opening. Oh.
Okay, he's going for a scholar mate.
And it worked. Oh.
Yes. Okay. Those two are very strong students. I think Ritz the Blitz is clearly playing fast today. Very, very fast, I think. And Kevin also is a fast player, so I think it's get carried away. And he's leading by himself. That's quite crazy. He's a one-man team.
How can I access the games easily? Oh, here. I didn't.
Oh, and the Beast team take the second spot with someone on the roll, and his name is Shimi Happy Pan.
Okay, and
victory again. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Victory against no less than the winner of the last over the board tournament, AC in BKK. So exciting, very exciting. Okay, sorry. Let's go to the game.
Yeah, and see, like, okay, I go back to the start. I think there is some very aggressive way of playing, trying to checkmate very fast.
And there was a queen take e5, no? With the rook hanging.
Yes, I didn't even see it, but yes.
Yeah. These are two strong players, but it's just like I think they go too fast at the beginning.
I think Maxence already thinking about checkmating here, and we can see after queen f3 and black defending, he's already thinking about bringing his queen to keep attacking. So moving back the bishop, bringing the queen, and black to play. So do you think it's a good opening for white? Let's start by this.
Maxence is a very good student, so I'm gonna be able to, and older, so I can use harsh word. It's not a good opening at all. I would qualify it almost to the edge of horrible, but
yeah,
looks like it's bearing some fruit right now. He got a pawn. I still think black is winning. by a long shot, but who knows?
Wait, like after giving up the pawn?
Yeah, you go with knight d5, d4. I think you put this on the computer.
Yeah.
It's a -2 or 3 here.
Because of the pieces development, right? And
Yeah,
also the
I mean,
queen is kind of trapped.
The queen is kind of trapped. The black pieces are absolutely active. Like I really think of knight d4 here. It's just like you take this opportunity of your knight under attack just to activate it, and it's now you're looking at the c2 pawn.
And what about knight here? I was about to say, isn't the queen trapped?
I was expecting you to find it, Alex, and I'm proud of you that you found it because I totally saw it. No, I didn't. Oh yeah, that's winning the queen. Excellent point. Even better.
And let's see. White can try some check, but doesn't change much. I think cannot save the queen.
Yeah, just trying to be tricky, right? But
yeah, I mean, hoping black is going to do a mistake, but Evan's there. I don't think black can do many mistakes here.
I mean, there's something to say. You're gonna put something in between, right? The bishop or the knight. But then after bishop take whatever you're gonna put in between, you cannot recap. Oh yeah, I'll move the king. You know, why not?
Yeah.
Why not, right?
But even if you put the knight, you know, it's
yeah, but after bishop take, you have to take with the king. That's my point.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Because if you take with the bishop, the queen can run away.
That, and if you take with the queen, the rook is hanging. So either way, you're losing something. I mean, you're not getting.
Okay, so very interesting. And now white has to make a choice. In these situations, you know you're losing a lot. Then you have to try to lose as less as possible, or get compensation for the queen you're losing. And here it's quite tough actually. Except taking the rook, I don't have many ideas for the white.
Yeah, I think you gotta take the rook, take your losses, and just develop your pieces.
There is maybe threat of forks, but it's so you have first to take the rook, and you don't have much. All your pieces are not developed, and that's what you said. You know, it's like the opening is quite bad because you're moving the bishop and the queen a lot, especially the queen came to h5, came to f3, to c3, to c4, to b3, to, I mean, not b3, but I think it was b5.
I usually call it the dancing queen with the kids. It gives them a good image of what you shouldn't do. The queen shouldn't be dancing in the middle of the board at the beginning.
Yeah, maybe after the game, right? After for resting. Yeah.
Yes, the party, the after party, right?
Is it like a dancing queen from ABBA? Do you put the song every time that you try to?
Yes, correct. I've never heard it, but yes.
Okay. So okay, Maxence decided to sacrifice his queen against the knight and not taking the rook because it would have been too easy.
I think it's a mistake.
Okay, maybe we go to another game because I think this one quite tough for Maxence.
Yes. And for some reason, they are leaving the rook hanging and not taking it. But I'm going to have to take a minute of a break, if you know what I mean. And I'll be right back.
Okay.
See you in a minute.
I'll give you that.
Thank you.
So, this game, Asin BKK against MD Pro. Asin BKK, as we said, the winner of the last over the board tournaments. Very good player and already a bishop ahead against a few pawns. And already having some tactics ongoing. Bishop here, which is not like really winning directly, but it's part of the game. Like finishing these games, even though you're like far ahead, is not always that easy. Especially black with two rooks can annoy white a bit. So let's see. Okay, black moving his queen to, I guess, attack the pawn. White can take a free pawn here. And I think ace in BKK will manage quite easily this endgame actually, because she's very experienced in this type of game. So let's see while Seb is coming back.
Hi.
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 So I was saying this kind of games, Seb. As like Alice is like easily ending them now. She's playing very clean. She's not dropping pieces. She will like slowly take the pawns.
I agree, but I wonder why your rook is still not on the 7th rank. Sorry, I gotta be a bit tough taught because she's my student.
She had good reasons actually, because at that point our bishop was attacked. She forked, took the pawn, bishop attacked. She didn't have time.
Okay. Fine.
And see?
Okay. That's good. That's all good then. Okay, nice. I like it.
Putting pressure.
I like working.
Oof.
Yep. Yeah, I would. What do you think is better?
I think with the bishop is better. It's doing a fork, but I mean taking with
rook take g2. I mean this could get dangerous, right? Oh no! Why?
Because actually the bishop was defending.
Oh yeah. My God. Okay, I think I gotta wait a bit. Oh my God! And we got a defeat from Rafa. Oh no, Rafa. No. Rafa won against Kevin. Okay, sorry.
Oh wow! And talking about finishing the game, Alice moved the bishop away, but the rook was behind. No, yes. But it's not lost.
It's not lost. That being said, the other student is Marius, also my student, so I'm cheering up for him as well. I'm happy either way.
Okay, okay. Now it's still possible with white to, I think, win the game. Actually, I think white can still win. Yeah, because 3 pawns plus the bishop. Could have like fixed this pawn on white squares, so it will be easily defended by the bishop. Because if it's fixed on like square, it will be tricky to defend. You know?
Sure.
And then push this pawn, trying to at least block the rooks. Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of this. The bishop is being a bit isolated now. And very well played from Marius, who puts a lot of pressure with his rooks on the weak pawns, right? Like the isolated pawn on c3, the isolated pawn on a2, like this rook on a3 is super active. If you compare it to the bishop on h5, who is, not attacking much.
Interesting. So instead of defending or pushing the pawn, Asin is trying to counterattack, but Marius found a good move, attacking also this pawn.
Yep.
It's quite tricky.
I think it's about drawish, or maybe black could even win this game now, right?
Yep, I think so.
And Alex, a little update on the rankings. The Fireballs are finally taking over. The Beast team is very close at 18 points. Fireballs 20 points. And the Golden Eagle, unfortunately, the streak of Kevin was stopped. So he's still at 12, unfortunately for him.
It's still nice. Oh, wow. That's endgame. 4 minutes on the clock.
Yes.
Why it's so important to take your time, because we all do wrong calculations. Always good to double check, not to play too fast. And now, suddenly, it's coming back to white. White is so far ahead.
That's true.
Dropping the rook was a critical mistake. And here, I think black has not much to do. Maybe we could go to another game, because it looks like I feel pain for black here.
Yeah, he's just following the pawn. Okay. Yes, but I look forward to see the next game of Marius. He's a very strong student. He came very close here.
Yes. So what game?
So 2020, actually, the Beast team is coming back with a huge performance from Shimi Happipon and of course Clement Happipon. And I would like to notice one thing, that I see a victory from, let me see if I'm not mistaken, a victory from Tout Petit Lapin. Congratulations, Tout Petit Lapin, your first victory in the tournament.
Nice.
Excellent.
That's cool. Yes. That's great. And let's see this game. You know, it's same opening as before, trying to scholar mate. And took your advice in consideration, but here the knight is in c6, so doesn't work. Losing the queen and going all in.
I would like to say something though, Alex.
Yeah.
I will say I will defend Chloe with all my heart here, because not only I advised her to try the scholar mate, unfortunately against someone with the caliber of Rafa, that won't ever work, but I did mention her, try it and see how it works. I recommended it. And I have to say, for the past few weeks and months, she's been super focused in the lessons, doing the homework every time. So I want to say that what we see here is the result also of what I asked her to do, but she's been doing a lot of improvement over the past few months.
Yeah, and actually the idea of taking e5 is good, just doesn't work here. It will have worked in the previous situation when black is doing bishop c5 instead of knight c6. But yeah, unfortunately here doesn't work. Let's go to look another game, as this one seems to be already over.
That's right.
Tout Petit Lapin against Maxence. Let's have a look.
Let's see that.
So Tout Petit Lapin, meaning in French, so very small rabbit.
Such a cute name, yeah.
Yeah, very cute name. And oh wow, look at that. Maxence doing, I think, like a blind move, right? It's like, yeah, f5 is a good square for my bishop. Let's put my bishop in f5. I don't care about my opponent pieces. It's not important. The square is the most important. And here, Tout Petit Lapin, very small rabbit, could have taken the bishop. But being so cute and so nice, he prefers to move knight to b5. Yeah.
It's a she. Yeah.
Oh, she. Okay, sorry.
No worries.
And interesting move, actually, but doesn't work quite well here. But is it enough to scare black not to take the knight? Yes, it is. Doesn't clear out the... But now, after pawn takes knight... Oh, wow, this is madness. Okay.
A lot of pieces under capture.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I see.
So the bishop is still under attack. Maybe Tout Petit Lapin might see the move. Please find it. It's just there.
It's right there.
It's a freebie. Oh yes! Finally won.
Okay, again, I'm going to give us some tough love, let's say, for Maxence. For Tout Petit Lapin, it's our first tournament and everything, so okay. But for Maxence, you should see these things. You should see all these captures. But okay, I mean,
it's like symmetrical bishops. I'm quite confused because, to be honest, I didn't consider much pawn takes bishop for some reasons. and wow, this is quite wild. Now it's time to move away the bishop. I think it's quite equal. Okay, after losing the knight on the side.
Might even be theory, and we don't know about it, Alex, because if you move the bishop, it's back to equal. So there might be some kind of opening, like where a strange name like the rabbit opening or rabbit variation. And
queen here to do bishop takes after and take back the knight doesn't work because black can just push and everything is defended. So.
Yeah, or f pawn take the bishop because the black queen would be guarding the knight.
Okay, so I don't understand this game. Now black has an easy pawn takes bishop, but prefers to give up his knight. And white nicely decline the proposition, go back to e1, and black can finally take this pawn that is doing a fork between the rook and the knight. White doesn't care.
Think, Alex,
yeah.
I don't think you're actually confused about what's going on. I just think it's a classic thing among like young chess players. It's just that you don't really always see the captures or don't really consider them. Like material is so important. And
to be honest, I also sometimes don't see the capture at all, so I totally get it. And
it's true.
it's true. But actually, there's a lot of counterplay here. Okay, one move will be queen here, like forking the knight, even though black can go back to defend.
Now that's a good square for the knight.
Yes.
It's called an outpost, guarded by a black pawn. Cannot be attacked by white pawns, so the knight is in a very comfortable sofa that he won't move much from.
Yeah, the knight is so powerful actually here, attacking everywhere. So two petits lapins playing actually quite well, I think. And here there are also some nice opportunities.
Yeah, you're attacking 3 pieces, right? With queen c3. You're attacking the knight,
and then
the bishop.
Black can defend all with knight here.
Yeah, unfortunately, yeah.
But it still looks a bit dicey for black anyways.
Oh my god, the beast team is even Steven with the fireball. You know that they were even Steven on the last one as well, until the very last moment. And looks like Shimi is on a roll, and Clem is also performing very, very important points for his team. I think he's about to win another game. He's a queen down, but he got a lot of pieces. He's about to pull a checkmate, which means that this team could be first.
Let's look at this game then. Clem versus Kate Lung Bangkok.
So I see a blind swine mate. Let's see if Kate is going to be able to stop it. So she needs air. The king needs air. It's very urgent. Otherwise, and we have a blind swine mate. King, rook, and I think he knows it. Yeah, we've studied it together. So it's coming up, and the beast team is going to take the lead.
So explain us. So what's going to happen now? Black has only one move.
Yeah, we're going to have a king h8. The rook is going to keep the harassment with rook h7. The king will go back to g8. And then we're going to have the other rook coming to g7 checkmate. And Clement allow his team, the beast team, to take the lead of the teams.
And why do we call it black swing mate? Which I don't know.
Okay, I looked on Wikipedia because this one was one of the strangest that I know of. And I think it's related to some, it's very, very old, like a few hundred years old. And I think it's related to the shape of it that would look like some kind of, swine is like a pig, right? A young pig. Blind, it's very shady, okay? So you won't get your explanation from this.
For me, like this kind of shape with two rooks looks like a castle or something. But I guess
rename it, you think?
Rename it the castle mate.
200 years old,
what a bad name for a checkmate, the castle mate. Anyway, okay, so let's go.
Sounds good.
So we have still many games ongoing. How much time? We have 11 minutes left, so it's soon the end. And as you said, the beast team is first. Do we have a game between the beast team and the fireballs? I'm not sure.
No, we don't at the moment. We could look at a game of Sweet Genshi. No, it's gone. It was there, but...
Okay, there is a game between Austin and Shimi. Shall we go on that?
Yeah,
let's look. It just started. So Italian opening with a fast castle on the white side. I like it. It's nice. Looks pretty on both sides.
True. Well, these are two strong players again. I know I keep saying this a lot, but I think a lot of them are on tournament level now. So
And they're playing the early game very well. Here black has several options. Can push h6 to prevent bishop g5. Can also put knight d4.
though I really recommend the first move you said, which is h6. But here we see a difference of style. Austin is the student of teacher Rajesh. Shimi is my student, and I recommend to my student to play h6. And I had a debate one time with Rajesh that he was thinking h6, of course, is a good move, but he's not as worried as I am about it. So I recommend all my students to do it to prevent the pin and prevent back rank mate. He teach them more on how to deal with the pin. It's like, you're fine if it's there. You're fine. It's dangerous, but this is how you deal with it. So it's two different approach. I don't think one beat the other, but we can see that here it turned out well for Austin, right? Because the pin was getting rid of by Shimi.
But then in this position, I think
there was no pin
h6
actually, so.
might be just better, I think. I'm not 100% sure.
Me neither. I think we can have a debate all together with teacher Rajesh.
Yeah, but he's not there, so we cannot reply, Like,
That's true, so we could definitely say that h6 is better.
Yeah, and Rajesh cannot be right all the time. Just kidding.
Yes.
Okay, and here a first small mistakes by Shimi that could lead to something worse. And I think queen here is quite a good defensive move because the threat was bishop g4, and if the queen is still there, okay, can still push f3, but there is some threats to come here and try to checkmate. As you can see in my nice annotation on the board, it's more clear, right? And it will be checkmate because the black king could not move when the white queen comes.
Wow. I'm not too sure about this move.
Yeah, so the idea is white is checking, so black cannot take the queen. However, black can just take the bishop.
That's true. It's like back to square zero, but with a bishop down.
And now there is only one move for white. I mean, it's not bishop here. It's not queen takes rook, unfortunately. And now
you know that it would be very expensive for this could be very expensive for the Beast team because Shimi was still on a streak, and if you won that game, it would have been pretty much game over for everybody else, right?
Oh, yeah.
Now they are even 26-26, the first two teams. So this is.
And by the way, like I think it's sad because Shimi played the good move when he played Queen F3. Like just to go back, Queen F3 is very good. I was saying like if the queen doesn't move, there is F3, but there is no F3 at all because bishop takes bishop check. So at that point, I think Queen F3 was like the only move I can think about. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there is something else, but looks like if no Queen F3, bishop like this will have been very dangerous. Like queen has to move, bishop here, and there is this unstoppable checkmates coming. So it was a very nice move, and then here Shimi was very creative, but didn't work. And okay, Austin missed bishop takes bishop with check, which is an intermediate move.
Yeah. True.
Which is not that easy to see because you see the threat, white is threatening to take your bishop, but then you can include an intermediate move. And okay, we didn't see the end. I will just go forward. Okay, finally
intermediate moves also called the Shwishanzag, just to boast a bit about vocabulary. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, you just keep going. Yeah.
Dude, I came up with this beautiful word. Okay, so
yeah.
Anyway, and by the way, Shimi went down, but we've got another person on the roll. Clement, he's now on the streak, and he's a carrying the team now. So there are 30 points while the Fireballs are behind. 4 points. And there's only 5 minutes left on the clock. So this is going to be a super tight final.
And see, like, actually, Rafa didn't lose any game, but Shimi won its game faster.
Rafa didn't lose any game? That's surprising.
Why? You're like kidding? You're like kidding.
Yes, I'm kidding.
But I mean, he's not first in the ranking because he played less games.
It's true.
So let's see which game you pick it. I don't know.
Let's go for people we didn't see a lot. I'm thinking of the last one, Lucanaris. We didn't see him against Richnell.
Yep.
So looks like Richnell is a bit ahead. There's an interesting trade-off.
Two knights against for one work.
But it feels like the pawn structure of white is a mess. It feels like the black pieces are somewhat active.
Yeah, I think two knights probably in these kind of positions. I will prefer to take them, especially like white has a bad structure. Okay, and anyway, black is ahead 1 point. Disappointing. So nice ID, but the knight is not defended, so
yeah.
But black still has, like, to be honest, like still has some strong activity. Can still find some, like for example, if rook moves, knight here, fork, or even here, knight here. If bishop here, we threat maybe b6, a5.
Oh no! Wow, that's good.
I mean, you can do like directly c6.
Wait, he's giving away the bishop, right?
Yeah.
So I think he maybe saw some kind of discovered like pin with rook take rook, but didn't work. I don't know.
Yep.
Not sure what he saw. I think he just played too fast. Again, two very strong students, but sometimes the demon of playing fast just take over. So.
And on this, I think maybe this worked because if rook comes here, then you have. Oh, I don't know. Not that clear.
Alex, 3 minutes left, and we have two teams at 30 points. This is crazy. Lucanaris is one of the two teams, so he's in the fireball. Maybe you can try to grab a decisive game. That is let's see if we can. We checked earlier, but let's check again.
Oh wow, it's equal.
So we have Titan, Max, and Slot.
Maybe Shimi against.
Yeah, let's watch this one.
Looks like quite balanced game also.
Indeed, and in level and from what you see on the board. And let's remind all the participants that in 2 minutes, none of the score will be counted. Yep. Therefore, you kind of need to finish your. That's the thing that is not that great about Arena. You kind of have to finish your game within 2 minutes now. So whether it's a draw or whether it's a win or even a loss, right? Because you're not getting any more points after the timer.
I mean, if it's a loss, then you probably don't have to finish your game because you don't want the opponent to have more points. So you can use your time, which is quite ugly strategy, but I hope we won't see it on the board.
Yeah, well, it's Arena, so can't blame for ugly strategies, right? That's the format that is. One thing we didn't look a lot at, Alex, maybe we'll do it next time, is the record between each student, right? It's starting to be interesting to see, like, for example, here with Jimmy is at 2-1 against Alice.
Yeah.
So maybe she wants to balance it.
2 draws, 1 lost. So if Asin can win it, it's going to be wow. And the bishop given as a present, yes.
As a present.
As a nice present.
Yes.
Okay, it's not over yet, but it's not helping. Oh, and the knight is trapped.
Yeah, it's trapped. Queen C1, right?
Yes, Queen C1, and and or not.
Yeah, you don't really want to wait for these kind of things, though, right? There's no reason to wait.
Oh yes, you don't want to wait. Here you want to go back on d2 and go c1 after. And I don't think it's too late yet. Okay, or you can still...
Alex,
yeah.
15 seconds. And the fireball just won a game right before the gong.
No way. Really?
Fireball, yes. And the fireball will say thank you to Titan, who won the game right at the end, right at the gong. So congratulations to the fireball that yet again won a very, very tight match. So it's kind of as we predicted, but I gotta say, I was surprised by Golden Eagle. Very well done. And yeah, well played everyone for this. Wait, do we still have a game going on? Do we still have ongoing games or no?
I don't know what happened. Like the list of games disappeared.
Oh, okay.
Oh, did that stop?
They may still be playing, but it's just not showing anymore, I think.
Okay. Yep.
Okay,
oh yeah, they're still playing.
Okay, yeah. Let's watch the end of this game at least.
Okay, as you want. I was ready to see the scores, but let's.
Oh yeah, we can check the scores. Actually, I have a lesson coming up very soon, so
yeah,
you can. Oh no, it's been cancelled. Sorry, I just got the information from my lovely wife. So yes, we've got a beautiful tournament. I'm very happy to see the fireballs coming at the top, but in such a suspenseful match.
Yep.
We can see that if we look at the stats, the victories have been 45% white, 49% black. So to all the students that want white every time because it's great, it's better, you can see that it's not always better, right? Sometimes it's better to let your opponent start. And I'm very happy about the game we saw. Of course, it's never totally perfect, but a lot of good moves have been played.
Yeah, it's good practice. And also we have some events coming up like next month. And this kind of practice actually is helping for over the board tournaments. Like we'll have new over the board tournaments next month on Sunday 16th of October. So we'll both be organizing it at the Alliance Française of Bangkok. And yeah, I think this kind of event is really good because the kids can train even if it's online. It's still nice. It's like a bit competitive, and want to make your team wins. And so we hope to see like our students in this next tournament, which is open to everyone, right? Last one we had how many participants, Seb? 17. Yeah, so hopefully more participants this time and have a nice foreign tournament at the Alliance Française.
Yes, one last thing, we also have a camp 3 days before that will be focused on preparing the tournament. We're creating this tiny, friendly program, like fun program, where we're gonna focus on how to get the victory. Like what are the things that really matters. But
yep.
Yeah, it will be on the 13th of October, which will be a holiday. So
yes, and we're going to send some more info soon. Yeah.
Yes.
Hope to see you guys. So both Seb and me will be there to organize this event, and we think it's really good actually. It's like the full day, lunch included. We take care of the program. We do some teaching, some games. It's quite fun for the kids, and yeah, can't wait to be there for the camp and the tournament. So the camp is at Blue Parrot on Thursday 13th, and the tournament is at Alliance Française on 16th.
Yeah. That's right. Alex, it was a pleasure to watch this tournament with you.
Yeah, same.
Thank you everyone for joining, and see you soon.
Yeah.